Have you ever wondered about the origins of one of the oldest monotheistic religions in the world, Judaism? It's a faith with roots that extend deep into the annals of history, reaching back to a time when the world as we know it was just beginning to take shape. The story of Judaism begins with a man named Abraham, living around 4,000 years ago. Born in the city of Ur in ancient Mesopotamia, Abraham's life took a dramatic turn when he felt a divine call. This call led him to a new land, a promise of descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky, and a covenant that would birth a new religion. From Abraham's lineage came the 12 tribes of Israel, and a narrative filled with struggle and triumph. One of the most significant events in this narrative was the Exodus from Egypt, a tale of liberation from slavery that holds a central place in Jewish tradition. Led by Moses, the Israelites escaped their bondage, journeyed through the wilderness, and eventually reached the Promised Land. Here they established a Jewish kingdom in Israel, a beacon of their faith and resilience. At the heart of this kingdom stood the first temple, a symbol of their covenant with God. Yet this temple was not destined to last. It fell to the Babylonians in 586 BCE, marking a period of exile for the Jewish people. But the story doesn't end there. Eventually the Jews returned to their homeland and built the Second Temple, a testament to their enduring spirit. However, this temple too met a tragic end, destroyed by the Romans in 70 CE, and with it, the Jewish kingdom in Israel. From the ashes of the Second Temple, Judaism as we know it began to take shape. A faith that had once been centered around a physical temple transformed into one that found its home in the hearts and minds of its followers. This shift marked the beginning of a new chapter in Jewish history, one that would see the faith spread across the globe, shaping and being shaped by the course of human history. Following the destruction of the Second Temple, Jewish communities found themselves scattered across the globe, a period known as the Diaspora. This dispersion was not a single event, but a series of migrations over centuries, leading to Jewish settlements as far as the Iberian Peninsula in the west and India in the east. One of the significant places where these communities thrived was the Roman Empire. However, residing under Roman rule did not come without challenges. The Jewish communities often faced persecutions, mostly due to their refusal to conform to Roman religious practices. The Great Revolt of the 1st century and the Bar Kokhba Rebellion of the 2nd are prime examples of this tension, both resulting in severe suppression and loss of Jewish lives. With the rise of Christianity, the relationship between the Jewish communities and their surroundings took a new turn. As Christianity emerged from the roots of Judaism, there were initial overlaps in their practices and beliefs. However, as Christianity evolved and distanced itself from its Jewish origins, it began to assert itself as the true inheritor of the biblical promises, leading to further tensions. The conversion pressures on Jewish communities increased significantly as Christianity became the dominant religion of the Roman Empire. Jews were often presented with the choice of conversion or exile. This pressure sometimes escalated to violent pogroms, organized massacres of Jews, particularly in the Byzantine Empire. Yet amid these trials and tribulations, Judaism did not merely survive, it evolved. The Jewish communities developed new ways to practice their faith, fostering a rich culture of learning and scholarship. The creation of the Talmud, a central text of rabbinic Judaism during this period, is a testament to this resilience. Despite the hardships, Judaism persevered and adapted, laying the groundwork for the Judaism we know today. The Middle Ages and the Enlightenment period brought new challenges and opportunities for Jewish communities. In the Middle Ages, Jewish communities faced an array of persecutions. The Crusades, a series of religious wars, were particularly brutal. As armies marched to reclaim Jerusalem from Muslim control, many Jewish communities in their way found themselves targeted. Jews were blamed for the Crusaders' failures and expelled from their homes, their properties seized. The Inquisition, a church-led campaign against heresy, also had dire consequences for Jewish communities. Accused of secretly practicing Judaism after forced conversions to Christianity, Many were tortured and executed, their possessions confiscated. Another grim chapter in this era was the blood libel, a false accusation that Jews used Christian blood for religious rituals. This horrifying myth led to mass violence and the expulsion of Jews from many European cities. Yet, as the Middle Ages gave way to the Enlightenment, the winds of change began to blow. The Enlightenment was a period of intellectual and philosophical development that emphasized reason and individualism. For Jewish communities, it brought about a wave of emancipation. Countries across Europe began to dismantle their ghettos, granting Jews citizenship and the right to study, work, and live where they pleased. This period also sparked a diversification within Judaism itself. The Jewish Enlightenment, or Haskalah, led to the emergence of new Jewish movements. Reform Judaism emerged, emphasizing ethical teachings over legalistic ones, while Orthodox Judaism sought to preserve traditional practices and beliefs amidst these societal changes. The Enlightenment period marked a significant turning point in Jewish history, as it saw the emergence of Jewish communities from the ghettos and into the broader society. The 20th century brought with it the darkest chapter in Jewish history, the Holocaust. The rise of anti-Semitism, a prejudice and hatred against Jews, reached a fever pitch in Europe during the early part of the 20th century. This was largely due to the economic instability and political chaos that gripped the continent post the First World War. These conditions provided a fertile ground for the rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party in Germany. Hitler and his party were the harbingers of a devastating and systematic genocide against the Jewish people, a cataclysmic event known as the Holocaust. From 1941 to 1945, the Nazis, with their collaborators, systematically murdered 6 million Jews across Europe. It was a time of unimaginable horror, where Jews were rounded up, transported to concentration camps, and brutally murdered. The scale and intensity of the atrocities committed during the Holocaust was such that it left an indelible mark on Jewish history and the world at large. Yet, out of this bleak period arose a beacon of hope for Jews worldwide. Following the end of the Second World War, the international community sought to provide a homeland for the surviving Jews. In 1948, the State of Israel was established. This marked the first time in nearly 2,000 years that Jews had a nation to call their own. The creation of Israel, however, was not without its challenges. The establishment of a Jewish state in a region predominantly inhabited by Arabs sparked a series of conflicts known as the Arab-Israeli Wars. These wars, coupled with the ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict, have marked Israel's history with periods of intense strife and hostility. Despite these challenges, Israel has remained a symbol of hope and resilience for Jews worldwide. It stands as a testament to the Jewish people's enduring spirit and their ability to rebuild and thrive in the face of adversity. The creation of Israel marked a new chapter in Jewish history, one filled with both hope and conflict. Today, Judaism continues to thrive and evolve, despite the many challenges it has faced throughout history. The richness of Jewish life in the modern era is a testament to this resilience. In the contemporary world, Judaism is not a monolith, but a vibrant tapestry of beliefs, practices, and cultural expressions. There are several major movements within Judaism, each with its own interpretation of Jewish law and tradition. Orthodox Judaism, for instance, upholds a stringent adherence to traditional Jewish law. Reform Judaism, on the other hand, embraces a more liberal approach, integrating modern values and inclusivity into its practices. In between, we find conservative Judaism that seeks a middle ground, maintaining traditional practices while adapting to modern life. There's also Reconstructionist Judaism, which views Judaism as a progressively evolving civilization. Beyond these major movements, there are numerous smaller sects and groups, each adding their unique thread to the tapestry of Judaism. Simultaneously, Jewish culture varies greatly around the globe. From the Yiddish-speaking communities of Eastern Europe to the Ladino-speaking Jews of the Mediterranean, from the Beta Israel of Ethiopia to the Bini Israel of India, Jewish communities have absorbed and contributed to the cultures in which they've lived, creating a truly global Jewish identity. Yet even in this era of diversity and acceptance, Jews face ongoing challenges. Anti-Semitism, the age-old hatred of Jews, continues to rear its ugly head in various forms, from violent attacks to insidious stereotypes. Jews also grapple with issues of assimilation and identity, struggling to preserve their unique heritage in an increasingly homogenized world. But history has shown us that Judaism is a resilient faith, one that has weathered storms and emerged stronger. Jewish communities continue to confront these challenges head-on, drawing strength from their faith, history, and shared experiences. The history of Judaism is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the Jewish people. Despite countless persecutions, Judaism continues to thrive, its history an enduring testament to human endurance and faith.